I know what the company stood for and I know what it can stand for again, Corgan said. I understand this isn't necessarily relevant to this particular generation, but at least I can sort of tell you what is relevant to me and maybe there's a translation point that can excite people. Corgan isn't just some celebrity throwing his name and cash into a side gig as a lark. The 50-year-old Corgan spent years as the backstage brains for Resistance Pro Wrestling out of Illinois and later spent more than a year developing storylines for TNA Wrestling. Corgan and TNA had a bitter split that landed in court, and a settlement was reached in November 2016. The way the whole TNA thing went down, I felt pretty strongly there for a while there that maybe I should just get out of the business, Corgan said. Like the music business, there's a lot of people in the wrestling business that aren't really interested in the business moving forward. Their interest is self-interest. Which is fine. That's capitalism. When you try to be a figure in wrestling that's actually moving the product forward out of love and good business acumen, you face a lot of strange political forces that are more about fiefdoms and the way things used to be and all kinds of weirdness that goes on. Corgan forged ahead, his love of wrestling so ingrained that he couldn't just walk away. After a long courtship, Corgan agreed to purchase the NWA earlier this year and the company officially became his last month. He brought on veteran wrestling writer and friend Dave Lagana to help shape the creative direction. There's not much to shape at the moment. The NWA champion is booked for a show next week in Nashville but there is no roster and no other champions. Lagana said the NWA hoped to sign about 5 wrestlers early in 2018. With no TV deal to produce needed revenue, the NWA will continue to produce digital content and perhaps find its future broadcast home on a streaming service. There are no scheduled NWA live events. The NWA bout on Sunday will be on its Facebook page and additional content is on YouTube. As for his other gig, Corgan wraps a tour this weekend in Los Angeles and plan to hit a Nashville studio later this month to record another solo album. And next year, obviously, there's the possibility of the Pumpkins reuniting, Corgan said. Imagine that, a fan favorite from the past coming back for one more round in 2018.